Role of Prez will be Hassan Suhail, who Rosie Hamilton interviews now.
Hi Hassan.
Hi.
So I'd like to start by asking if there's anything in particular that sparks your interest in student politics or helped you to decide to run for UC president.
I think if you look at the previous candidates, previous presidents, I think they all come from the same background. I feel like I will be the same. I will bring in the same policies like the candidates running this year. I think there needs to be a different person running for this role. And due to my role, I think as an international students officer, I owe the responsibility to the underrepresented groups. That's why I'm running.
Okay, thank you. So in your application, you said quite vaguely that there are areas of student politics that need improving. Could you expand on this a bit further?
I think from USU side of things, there needs to be more proactivity. USU sometimes wait for policies to be submitted rather than when they can fix the things themselves. So that's from the USU side of things. Then from university, there's a lot of bureaucracy. There are two departments that can work together, but they don't. And if you ask them individually, they give you different narrative. All they have to do is sit together in presence of someone else who can fix the problems for them. So,
okay, thank you. Your manifesto also calls for termly publications of PTO performance. I'd like to know, firstly, how truthful and genuine these publications would be, and why full-time officers wouldn't be held accountable in the same way.
Because, okay, how true it would be, I don't think it's an issue, because right now we do the same for the full-time officers. And it's not about holding them accountable or anything. It's about publishing the good work they do so that people know that they can approach them if they have any issues. Like, I represent 3,760 international students, but do all those students know that I represent them? I don't think so. And that's a really important thing, and USU can help play a major role in this.
Okay, thank you. So you've been president of the Islamic Society. What do you think this role has done for you as a person, and how it would change you as a UC president?
Okay, I think what it did for me, the biggest thing was introduce me to what USU was, because I didn't know the USU functions at that time. So I got introduced to USU, and when my friend Agnieszka approached me for running for international students officer, I said, okay, let's do it. And hence I'm running for presidency. So I think it's just done really good for me personally, because I feel like I can take more challenges now.
So you think understanding and having a familiarity with the USU and the way it works, is that necessary for a president?
I would say so, yes, because otherwise you can go into the role and then find out what needs to be changed. But it would be good if you know some things before you join the role. Okay, what needs changing or how the system works, because okay, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but there is a candidate who is running an anti-USU campaign, and he's doing that because he thinks even if we are elected, we won't be able to do much. But I disagree, because I have understood the system.
Right.
That's what I think.
Thank you. So if you were to be elected, what's the first issue you're going to tackle?
First issue, that's a good one. Probably the first issue so I think you get elected in 24th of March, 24th of Feb, and then you start your role in 1st of July. So between that time, I want to have a meeting with the two departments that work together, just so I know what the issues are, and because at the end, who suffers are the students. And I want to do it before I start the role myself.
Okay, thank you. So I also want to know a bit more about question time with the Vice-Chancellor. What would this achieve, and how would it benefit the student body?
So the only situations where you learn about the Vice Chancellor is if you have a really big issue like UCU strike. Students need to know what he does. Like normally, it would be ideally I would like to have once a term so that students can throw their questions at him, and giving him the chance to speak to the students. But I think it will be once a year for now, probably.
Okay.
It's just giving more face to the person who is running the university.
Okay, thank you. So in your manifesto, you also talk about pushing the York City Council to introduce free bikes in the city. Is this not overreaching the power of a UC president? Are you not supposed to be more concerned with the students rather than York City?
I think York is a city that is mostly populated by the York students, or it's a university town, it's called, right? So a lot of stuff, if you speak to the current presidents, they tell you how engaged they are with the council. I think this does come under the university union's president role as well.
So you can sing as well. Can we expect UC the musical?
If the time allowed at that time, yeah, sure, definitely.
Thank you.
No,
Thanks so much for talking to us, and good luck.
Thank you.